Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Speak English in Stories. Today we follow Clara Morgan, a young woman whose courage and curiosity will lead her to an unforgettable adventure. Let's begin. Clara is 26 years old and lives in Boston. She works as a librarian in the city centre. She loves her job because she enjoys books and helping visitors every day. One Tuesday morning, Clara received a mysterious message from her friend Emma. Clara, come to the City Museum today. Something unusual is happening, 1 p.m. Clara felt a mix of curiosity and nervousness. She put on her blue coat, grabbed her bag, and left her apartment. The streets were wet from last night's rain, and a light fog made the city look magical. At the museum, Emma waited by the entrance. Clara, thank goodness you're here, Emma said, holding a small, worn envelope. I found a mysterious map hidden in one of the paintings. I think it leads to something important. Clara took the envelope carefully. The map pointed to an abandoned building near the harbour. Both girls felt excitement mixed with fear. We have to follow it, Clara said. Emma nodded silently. Before leaving, they decided to examine the museum more carefully. Clara noticed an old portrait with a golden frame that looked oddly familiar. Emma, look at this, she whispered. Emma bent over and read the plaque. The Hidden Artist, 1923 to 1987. They felt a strange connection, as if the artist himself had left clues for them. A security guard passed by, nodding at them. Be careful in the hallways, ladies, he said with a smile. Clara and Emma left, hearts racing with anticipation. They took a taxi to the harbour. The building was old, with broken windows and rusted doors. The wind blew through the cracks, making the walls creak. Clara and Emma stepped inside cautiously. They explored every room, following the clues on the map. In one corner, Clara noticed a loose floorboard. She lifted it, revealing a small wooden box. Inside were old letters and a delicate golden key. This key must open something important, Clara whispered. Emma's eyes widened. They continued exploring and finally reached a locked chest in the far corner. Clara inserted the golden key. The lock clicked open. Inside were sparkling gems, old coins, and a diary. Emma gasped. This is incredible, she exclaimed. Clara carefully opened the diary and began to read. It told the story of an artist who hid his most valuable treasures decades ago. Suddenly, footsteps echoed in the building. A man appeared in the doorway. Who are you? Why are you here? He asked. Clara took a deep breath. We found the map and followed the clues. We mean no harm. The man studied them for a moment, then smiled faintly. You are brave. The treasure has waited for someone like you. After leaving the building, the girls decided to walk along the harbour. Boats swayed gently on the water, and the smell of salt filled the air. They laughed, recounting how nervous they had been when the man appeared. Do you think there are more clues hidden in the city? Emma asked. Clara nodded. I feel like this is just the beginning of something bigger. They agreed to search more locations the next weekend. The following Saturday, they visited the old library, which had a secret basement. Dusty shelves held books with faded titles, and the air smelled of parchment. They found a small door behind the history section. Clara pushed it open, revealing a narrow staircase leading downward. They descended slowly, flashlights in hand, the beams dancing across old stone walls. At the bottom, a tiny room contained sketches of maps and notes. Look at all this. The artist planned every step, Clara whispered. Emma carefully studied the maps. Each location corresponds to a hidden piece of the story, she said. They followed the next clue to a quiet park near the river. Autumn leaves swirled around them as they walked. Clara spotted a tree with a carved symbol matching one on the map. Beneath it was a small metal box containing a golden compass. "This must guide us to the final location," Clara said. Emma held it, feeling its weight and significance. The compass needle pointed toward the old clock tower downtown. At the clock tower, they climbed the narrow spiral stairs, careful with every step. From the top, the city spread below, lights twinkling like stars. In a hidden alcove, they found a small chest with a handwritten letter. "To those who are brave, kind, and curious, the greatest treasure is knowledge, friendship, and courage. Protect it well." Clara smiled, understanding the meaning. Emma hugged her tightly. "We've completed the adventure, but I feel like it's only the beginning," she said. Clara nodded. They walked down the tower steps feeling proud, connected, and inspired. Over the following weeks, Clara and Emma explored hidden parts of Boston, documenting their findings. They created a small scrapbook with maps, sketches, and photos. Visitors at the library were fascinated when Clara shared her stories. She realized that adventures can happen anywhere if you are brave and curious. And sometimes the greatest treasures are the lessons we learn and the friendships we build along the way. Clara placed the golden key, diary, compass, and scrapbook on a special shelf at home. She smiled every time she looked at them, knowing that more stories were waiting for her around every corner. And she went to sleep dreaming of new adventures and discoveries.